If I walk up and ask you for a piece of ass.
I'm sorry. I'm Rashan, and your name is?
Thank you.
Right.
That part. Having grandchildren make you realize how much you don't like your kids.
Oh, my God.
And my grandma said, ooh, nigga. You a bad nigga now. I'm saying, you got me on them pinto beans,
Yes.
baby. I never would have thunk of that. And then I went back to my dressing room and sat on the toilet and threw up at the same time. It was that much pressure.
Yeah.
I was sitting on the toilet.
And throwing up. Thank you for the graphic. It's very precise.
Yeah.
I am Rashan Ali, everybody's home girl, everybody's favorite soror, the Cool Soror, representing the ATL and the east side of Decatur. What's happening?
5, 4, 3.
Okay, here we go. It's the Cool Soror podcast, hosted by me, Rashan Ali.
Let's go.
Welcome to the Cool Soror podcast, where we get to have amazing conversations with women and men in Black Greek letter organizations. And I mean, this season we have been so blessed to have the best of the best in Black Greek letter organizations, particularly for the men, my cool bros. I have been trying to sit down with this man since he took my job on Hot 107.9 years ago.
Stop.
Please welcome to the show the one and only, the iconic, the legendary Rickey Smiley.
Thank you, Rashan, for having me.
Yes.
Hey, look at you.
I mean, you know.
You doing it. Y'all rich blacks.
We rich blacks?
Rich blacks.
Really? That's what we do?
Look at this. Look at all this.
No,
okay. I don't even want to touch that. It's so nice in here. Smell good. Y'all got to plug in candles.
Yes.
Smell like a hot bath right out the tub.
Yes. And you are a cool bruh of what fraternity, sir?
Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, Incorporated, founded in 1911 at the historical Howard University.
That's
right. Y'all just love Cooper and Coleman. My
dad's an Omega, so I feel like I'm obligated to be able to throw the hooks up.
Don't play on me, dog.
My daddy is one side E63 from Delaware State. What?
Oh.
What you know about that? What? Huh?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people forget about Delaware State.
They don't.
Yeah, Rock T.
I don't.
Yeah, Rock T's daughter went to Delaware State.
Really? Mm-hmm. I just did a podcast with Rock T.
Yeah.
I Hate the Homies. Yep, just a couple of weeks ago, talking about sports.
Right, with old crazy Griff now.
Yeah, you know, me and Griff did radio together for a long time.
Oh, man, let me tell you, man.
Right. He was on the podcast, too, when we went out to the Cotton Bowl. We were in Dallas.
Right.
We went out to the Cotton Bowl for the Grambling State and Prairie View A&M game.
Oh, yeah, that's
at the
crazy.
State Fair Classic.
That's right.
So I've been around.
You enjoyed yourself.
Yes, absolutely. I am HBCU.
Let me say this, Rashan, you looking good. You looking like a bacon and egg sandwich. You look
bacon
good.
And egg. Now, is it pork, bacon, or turkey?
Pork.
Yes.
Tastes better.
It tastes better.
Tastes better.
Now, Rickey, listen. Pork does
so you can't even get it out. You can't even get it. See, this how this interview. We already see how this interview gonna go.
It's gonna be great.
Let's go.
Listen, but I really want to taste some of your food. Because see, y'all be talking about it, and I see it on the internet. I see it on Beyonce page, Beyonce Aloysius, Tanya Clackham. I see it on her page. I be like, I really want some of that food.
Rashan, if you bring your team to Birmingham, I will cook for y'all.
I'm so serious. Y'all ready?
As a matter of fact, I will get a driver, and all the thing when y'all get off work, you just get in the van and ride to Birmingham. I will make sure he bring y'all back, and when y'all come in, I will do that. You just set the date. Because I did my first food pop-up at the Comedy Club Stardome.
Wow.
I did a food pop-up. So I had to have a chef come to my house in measurement so he could cook this meal for 500 people.
What?
And so I went in there with a bag of plastic spoons and I opened every single pan. And I tasted everything. I don't let nothing go out of that kitchen until I tasted it. And he had everything on point. But the only thing was I made the chicken and dumplings. I wouldn't let the chicken and dumplings leave my kitchen. I personally made all of the chicken and dumplings to feed 500 people. And it was sold out, and the tickets was $70. People wanted to taste my food, and it was sold out.
What?
Yeah, so we ran out of food or whatever because we had to feed the band or whatever. So I had to go back there. We had to whip up some more macaroni and cheese. Chef Eric, helped me out or whatever. I helped him out. But we helped each other.
Come on. You better get your credit.
Yeah, but we got that food out there. But I make amazing. But I don't know. I'm the oldest grandchild. I was always.
That's what I'm saying. You got that from your grandma?
From my grandma.
Yeah.
She was like, well, cut the bell peppers up. She used to curse me out.
Yes.
And stuff. But it was fun. I never take it personal. But my grandma, go ahead. Why are you standing there doing that? You need to go ahead and put the onions over there, dice them up. Okay, now put the onion over there in the, she'd
get frustrated. But it was.
So I learned how to cook.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, Grandma, can I just kind of? So I started doing my little spice. I went to the store one day when I got my little first paycheck. I started buying my own seasoning.
Yeah.
And I started spicing up stuff or whatever. I said, Grandma, why you don't put sausage in the pinto beans? If we put sausage in jambalaya, right? So I cut up some sausage, and seared them off real good and poured it off into the pinto beans. And then I started searing off my onions and my bell peppers to bring out the flavor before I put them in there, because old people just dump them in there.
Right.
And my grandma said, ooh, nigga. You're a bad nigga now. I'm telling you, you got me on them pinto beans,
yes.
baby. I never would have thunk of that.
Really? Because sometimes they ain't gonna give you the credit because they didn't do it. But Grandma did.
She stopped cooking.
Really?
She said, go on in there and make that, baby. I ain't gonna even come in there because you can beat me cooking all that she talked with her. Go in there and make some, take that meat out the deep freezer, get that right there, take that.
When you cook, do you still hear her voice?
Yeah, man, I laugh and talk to my girl. I don't get sad anymore because it's just funny. Because she used to cuss me out so much. It's just absolutely outright funny.
Yeah.
I miss my granddad. I miss my other grandma or whatever. But I was raised by grandparents, so I'm a grandmama's baby. But I miss them. But I had a great time. I was 50 years old when I buried my last grandparent.
That's a blessing.
So walking up there closing that casket, man, I closed that casket with a smile on my face. But I had a great time. My dad died when I was 6 years old. My grandfather stepped up and I was with him almost every day for 50 years.
Wow.
He traveled with me. He would come to Atlanta when I had my apartment here. He would come to Atlanta when I had my apartment in Dallas. When the company moved us to Dallas, my grandfather always was with me. We had a great time.
How proud was he of you?
He was real proud. I'm glad a chance that he had an opportunity to see it. Because he didn't get it at first. When I first told him I was going to be a comedian or whatever, he said, you're going to keep that damn job down there, up there selling them tennis shoes.
Right.
I work in that Foot Locker.
Right.
Keep that job selling them tennises.
Because that was, to him in his mind, that was stability.
Yeah, K-Swiss and K-Swiss British Knights.
British Knights,
You know what I'm saying? Tree Torn.
Oh, Tree Torn. It was Tree Torn.
Tree Torn.
T-R-E.
Right. That's the one the Cappers wear.
Yeah, yeah.
You just wear the Tree Torns on the yard.
You gonna put that on the
Cappers always in the Tree Torns was cool. That was their thing at Alabama State. They was, you know what I'm saying? So I was working at Foot Locker and I had a little job at the post office. Post office was paying $5 an hour.
That was big back then.
But minimum wage was $3.35.
Ooh.
But if you're getting $5 an hour, that's a nice little check, man. And my granddad, I'm like, look, I got an opportunity to be a comedian. But he didn't understand nothing like that or whatever. So I did it and it took off and I took care of my grandparents. They didn't have to want for anything. So, I miss them, but we had a good ass time. Now I'm him.
I know. Because you talk about your grandbabies all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, obsessed.
Yes.
Obsessed.
How is it? Because I have a 15 and 13-year-old.
Right.
They ain't finna have no babies no time soon.
No time soon.
Oh, come on, God.
No.
Okay. Don't do it. Don't even do it. So I got time. What is it like, though, the difference of, parenting your own children and then being a grandparent to your children's children?
Having grandchildren make you realize how much you don't like your kids.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I love my grandkids. My granddaughter can be walking across the damn dining room table and I'm like, y'all shut the hell up and leave her alone. She ain't bothering nobody. Her nerves bad. She's stressed. But if my kids did it, my kids can't even go in my dining room.
Oh my God.
But I know my granddaughter goes into my bedroom. She's obsessed with my bedroom. And she jump in there. I don't like nobody sitting on my comforter set.
Right.
But it don't bother me when she jump on my bed and she spin my little chair around. Because I got my chairs. I got the two chairs, a conversation piece.
Oh.
These two chairs pointed like this. They facing the couch.
Okay.
Everything is, you know what I'm saying? If I get up, if I said, thank you for letting me be on your show, the first thing I'm going to do is.
Oh, are you OCD?
That's not OCD. That's good home training.
Oh, okay.
It's a difference.
Okay, got it.
I done stopped my family with that stuff. No, it's not OCD. It's good home training.
Okay, got it.
Manners and respecting people's property or whatever, because the chair was at the table when I sat down.
Got it.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's a difference.
It was at the table.
Right. So
when I
make
got
sure
my
it's
ass up.
at the table when you leave. Okay, got it. Duly noted, sir.
It's not OCD. Stop it.
Wait a minute. You've got very defensive. So in my thoughts is that is OCD, because the way you came back at me.
No, Rashan, OCD is going wiping up fingerprints and doing stuff like this. Well, I do that when I clean the kitchen
I know
counter.
you do.
But I don't trip.
Do you hire someone to clean your home or do you do it yourself?
No, I clean my home. I got a lady that'll come and do top to bottom on Wednesdays.
Every Wednesday?
Yeah, lady named Miss Pooh. She's 90.
She's what?
90.
She's still working and cleaning your home at every Wednesday.
She asked for the opportunity, and she went there. And she used to have church music going all over the whole house, but I got her some earbuds. I got an earbud that actually can Bluetooth her hearing aid, so she can listen to Mahalia Jackson, and she go clean the house from top to bottom.
Because was Mahalia too retro for you, or?
I mean, it's just going all over the house, and it started to feel like a funeral home.
Oh, got it.
You know what I'm saying?
And you
like
wanted to
Friday.
feel uplifted,
right? We in there. Why I shall wear a crown. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When the clothes and when they put the flower back
on top of the casket. Gotcha.
I'm finna lead this thing.
I'm right there with you, bro.
I sit here and do this with you all day.
Listen,
we
could have had a show together, but you was bullshit.
I knew you was crazy, but
I'm right there with you, man. Bleep that bullshit down.
We can't.
No, I just don't curse.
Okay,
it's fine. Actually, I do. It's fine. I'm grown. I'm 47. I can do this.
You don't look 40. Are you serious?
I don't. Thank you.
Are you serious?
47, baby.
Son, I got to tell you.
Yes, water.
Can I admit something?
Hold on. Drink your water first. Now drink my Prosecco.
Let's go. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, son. Cheers.
Go ahead and reach.
AKAs in the keys.
Look, cool, bro. Cool Soror. We got new glasses.
And my daughter's an AKA.
I heard.
Yes, sir. And my daughter's mom.
Kiwi.
Yes.
And her mom was Sarah.
Right.
I listen to
my
your
daughter
show.
Erin and my daughter's wonderful mother, Tamika, best co-parent on this earth.
You say that
we
a lot.
should write a co-parenting book. Let me tell you something. My daughter's mother, the best.
Really?
When me and my daughter not talking, she on the phone. She group text. Hey, we not doing this. Are we really doing this? Wow. Oh yeah, I get tears in my eyes. I don't play about my daughter's mother.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's the best co-parent ever. We should write a book together because we work everything out. We work through everything. Like she come for Thanksgiving. She don't care if I got a girlfriend. She throw a little shade and gone up there to the guest room. She said, "So what time did your girl get up? Because I believe in getting up early." I said, "Hey, stop.
Don't do it. Don't do it." Like, is she going to be here next Thanksgiving or?
But we are best friends.
Really?
I do not. I think she was the boss list of her chapter.
Okay.
Over in at one point, but she is awesome.
Yeah.
I met her at a show at the Marat Theater. I did a show with Mike Epps. I was out there selling Little Daryl t-shirts.
Oh my God. But that merch kept you going, didn't it?
That merch, and she walked by the table.
What'd you say to her?
I said, "What's up with the thick eyebrows? What's going on?"
That was a good line.
I had a little Sarah's with her.
Yeah.
Y'all come on back to the dressing room. They was hungry.
Did you cook that meal that night?
No. They had some sandwich meat, lunch meat.
Ooh.
Ain't nothing
like that good turkey meat you've been drinking.
They had turkey, they had roast beef, and then they had some rolls. So they was over there slicing up the little bread, making a little sandwich. They were weighing it out. I was like, "Oh, y'all must really been hungry."
Right. So you were watching her eat her turkey sandwich.
Yeah, they was hungry.
With the thick eyebrows.
With the thick eyebrows. She was cute.
Right.
So we got together. But my
hold on, don't brush over that. He gonna say, "And so we got together, but let me drink my water." No.
Right. But our daughter is just absolutely fabulous.
Yeah.
She's a straight A. She got shot.
Oh, that was
same daughter that got shot.
I pray for her.
Mm-hmm.
You know how when you see news stories and you see people going through things, I'm one of those people that, especially when I'm connected to a person, because I'm connected to you.
Absolutely.
I prayed
for
your baby.
Did.
Yeah. And a lot of people did.
Oh yeah.
And I was so glad that it ended up on this side.
You know what was crazy? That was during COVID. Okay. My daughter got shot on her birthday. She had just left Whataburger with her boyfriend. And they were shooting, and she ended up in the crossfire.
Wow.
She got shot twice in the leg, and he took off and drove her to the hospital. So I'm on the air. I'm doing the morning show, coming out of a break or whatever. And all right, y'all, 15 after the hour, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. And it's my daughter's mom like, "Hey, when you get a chance, call me. Aaron's been shot."
You can't.
I'm like, what? I said, I'm like, and they were like trying to get me to record something. And I said, hold on. I said, what? She said, she's okay.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. I said, is she in ICU? She said, no, but she's headed into surgery. I said, okay. So during COVID, they canceled the flight from Birmingham to Houston. So I had to fly to Dallas. So I had to get on American and fly to DFW Airport and get in a car and drive to the other airport in Dallas and jump on Southwest Airlines to fly all the way to Houston, only to get to the hospital and have to sit outside because you can't go in because of COVID. And so we sat outside of that hospital. It got hot and then it started again. We sat out there on a picnic bench, just me and my daughter's mom and her sister Fontaine. And we just sat out there for hours on a picnic bench.
Not knowing anything.
Not knowing anything.
What did you do during that time to be able to, as a father, to be able to keep your mental straight?
I was trying to get my parents on a plane, and I was getting her parents from Indianapolis on the plane.
So stay busy.
So I'm trying to get my son and my daughter. We getting these plane tickets and trying to figure out how we're gonna get everybody to Houston. So we got that worked out so that she was changing hospitals. So we got a chance to see her coming out of the hospital, taking her to another hospital. So when they was bringing her outside, and we was able to see her and love on her a little bit, she was like, I'm okay, and just or whatever. So we went on to the hospital, and a powerful congresswoman, we were able to go upstairs and see her. I made a phone call.
Yeah.
And Mayor Turner was nice. Everybody in Houston was nice. So here's the crazy part, how your mind, because you take action, right?
Yeah.
So Saturday, she had got out of the hospital, so she was in the middle of the couch. People had sent food. They had sent flowers. It was somber. Why it felt like a repast. The only difference was your daughter right there.
Right.
So it feel like a repast because if she would have died, that would have been the day that they probably would have had, like if she would have got killed. So I go to work, I fly back to Dallas, and I get on the air Monday. I had just got finished playing 50 Cent, coming out of a break. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning. It was like somebody like, someone shot your daughter, and I lost it.
Oh.
I fell out on the floor and started kicking and crying. They had to literally take me out of the radio station, and I had to take the next day off. I lost my mind.
Because you had compartmentalized it. You went into action.
Went into action, make sure everybody got here, make sure she was straight. And then when it was like somebody, it was like I had just found out she got shot. Right, she out of the hospital at home and everything.
At the house.
And I completely lost it. Yeah, but I thank God for her life because I see so many women bury their sons and daughters, and so many men and women bury their sons and daughters. It's heartbreaking. And that could have been us.
Yeah.
She could have died. So that was trauma. I'm a gunshot victim as well. She's a gunshot victim. So we just both traumatized. So it stirred up my what do you call it? It stirred up my trauma.
Yeah.
So I had to go back to therapy.
Good. That was my next question about therapy. Like, have you ever, Yeah,
so I was going once a week and she was going twice a week.
Okay.
To therapy because I'm paranoid, scared, in the house, won't go anywhere. In the house can't stop watching First 48.
Why would you do that?
That's my favorite show. I have to watch
come on, man. It's First 48 though. You know what's going to happen.
My 600-pound life, I had to get the recipes.
You get the recipes from
my 600-pound life because one lady made a potato tot casserole. I had never had.
Did you try it?
I did. Did you make it? Actually pretty good.
It was really good.
It was good.
Right, but you got it off of my 600-pound life.
I got a lot of recipes off my 600-pound life.
Right.
I never would have thought to do certain seasonings together,
right,
and stuff. But I don't make my plate as big, or whatever. But I've taken things from my 600-pound
because the recipes are so delicious and delectable. That you have
to the point where you just eat and stay in bed and they can't get you to the hospital.
Right. But you know how to circumvent that. You literally stop.
Yeah, I know how to control it.
Right.
I don't just sit in bed or whatever and have somebody come clean me and keep eating. I get up.
Right.
And after I do that, I take a walk.
Gotcha. So you talk about your grandparents. When did you know comedy was your thing? people talk about comedy and comedians.
Class clown, Rashan.
Did it come from pain though?
88. No, I really didn't have no plan. I was a grandma. I was loved.
Right.
Man, when I tell you I had unbelievable love, when I tell you Rashan, my grandparents was like my parents. My mom and dad was like my brother and sister.
Yeah.
Me, my mom, and my daddy got a whooping.
Rickey!
You ever got a whooping with your mom and dad?
No, I don't. No.
All us got a whooping.
At the same
and she
time.
made all us go to bed. What kind of mess is this? Rashan, do you know I met every last one of my great-grandparents? I met my grandmama, mom and daddy, my granddaddy, mom and daddy, my other grandmama, mom and daddy, and my other granddaddy, mom and daddy.
Wow.
I have touched every last one of my great-grandparents. I'm an old soul.
And literally, that's what I was going to say. Is that why? I mean, obviously, I'm sure you have taken so much from those, their personalities to create characters and do the things that you do.
I've been around
but also to
so
become
much.
who you are.
When I was a little kid, a lady asked me, like, how are you going to be on your next birthday? I said, I'm going to be 5 if the Lord let me live to see it.
Oh my God, you said that at 5? I'm going to be 5 if the Lord let me see
live
it.
to see it.
If the creek don't rise.
If the what?
If the creek don't rise. You ain't heard that one?
Oh, no.
I got that one.
Oh, yeah? The creek don't rise.
The creek don't rise. I'm going to be 5. No.
Woo!
If the creek don't rise, I'm going to be 5.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Where did you get that from?
If the creek don't rise, nigga don't drown. Shit, I don't know. I guess that's what it means.
Where did you get that from?
Somebody's country.
I want to scream so bad. I'm trying to be respectful.
Don't be respectful.
If the creek don't rise.
If the creek don't rise. You ain't heard that one.
I'm so sorry.
Use it on the show tomorrow. Creek don't rise.
Woo.
Ooh.
Rashan, I be cold. I be wrapped up. I don't go nowhere without a coat. I got a coat downstairs.
You be cold?
My grandma always taught me, I don't care if you go. I said, where you going? I said, I'm going to Miami.
Is that your coat right there?
No, but mine is a Nike coat, just like that one.
You even
everywhere, Rashan. I said, I'm going to Miami. And I said, okay, you make sure you take your coat.
My daddy be saying that.
She said, in case the temperature drop. Temperature, you know, if you're trying to talk proper.
Right.
When white people come in case the temperature drop.
All wrong.
But that's why everybody like to come over to the house for Thanksgiving, because they get that feel. Because I really become not my parents, I become
your grandparents.
My mom and dad come to the house and kind of like, that I'm like the matriarch. It ain't got nothing to do with comedy.
Right.
It ain't got nothing to do with anything but
how you were raised.
I cook the food, I set the atmosphere, and I set the boundaries. I don't play. I'm the only one in the family teenagers scared of. They don't want to see me. The only thing you got to tell a teenager in my family, okay.
Take your phone. Let me get the phone.
Call Uncle Rickey right now and tell him what you just told me.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I got a nephew, 26 years old, and maybe a couple of weeks ago, he a running back coach at a high school. Played running back. His mom said, well, okay. Call Uncle Rickey. He just sat there and looked at the phone, wouldn't pick it up.
I ain't calling that dude.
You know what? Yeah, because I treat them nice and they respect me because I don't mistreat anyone. You know what I'm saying? I try to teach them and give them wisdom, knowledge, love, food, all of that stuff, man. So they just, they just respect me.
Yeah.
So I'm the one that they don't want to see. Because I keep it real.
And you've been through a whole lot.
Yeah.
Well, I know recently you did bring your radio show like for a retreat, through social media. That's what I saw. To your house and all of that stuff. Why do you think that's so important as a leader?
Chemistry. You got to lead.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up a lot of that from Steve. When I was working for Steve, when I was working for Cedric the Entertainer, back in the day, they did stuff like that. Take everybody out to dinner, we sit down and talk and develop chemistry. That's why I hate when people be backstage doing a comedy show. It's more people backstage than it is in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so tired of shows, and the comedians can't bond with each other. Do you know comedians get together and talk and bond with each other and just get to roasting each other about outfits and what you got on? Like me and D. Ray Davis, and Big Sean, we roast.
Right.
I came out, thought I was sharp one night, and I walked in the dressing room. He's like, hey, so what time you getting dressed for the show?
Oh, and you were like, this is.
They scattered. They scattered. They be funny. So you start getting vibes and you start getting energy from the other talent.
And that's important for your performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you getting disrupted by taking pictures while you're trying to perform because you on stage next. You finna go out in front of 5,000 people. Who are all these people backstage? I get irritated and run them off. And they mad, they get mad.
One thing that I do know about you is that you're very particular about certain things. Like I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing this. Is that to protect your energy and how you show up in places?
Yeah, Rashan, you have to. Because once people figure out that you cool.
Yeah, I'm very cool.
And you nice, they take advantage of it. You understand it? You understand? So you have to
how do you balance it?
You have to set boundaries.
Okay.
Hey, don't do this. And then you just gonna have a lot of people that just have a bad attitude because they don't like boundaries. So, hey, don't drink that. Anything you say, our people always got their feelings hurt in their feelings. Hey, don't drink the milk. I don't know how long it's been. Well, I guess I'll just go outside and drink some water. I'll drink out the hose.
And you just were trying to help the person.
Just trying to help.
There was one situation when I was like, okay, Rashan, you're being very nice. I was at our boule, which thank you so much for coming to our last boule, where you served as the MC, the host of our closing ceremony.
I was so nervous.
Were you? We're going to get to that. But there was one, my soror, she was like, hey, I got a friend who really loves you. Literally calls her on FaceTime. I'm literally just presenting at it.
Put the phone in your face.
And then I was like, if I leave, then I'm going to be the bad soror. So I stayed there. Thankfully, the other soror didn't pick up. But I stayed there because I'm so nice.
You know how many times I done got to fighting with the Qs? And guess what? You're not running me away from my fraternity because I love it so much. Right. I ain't going nowhere.
I ain't going anywhere.
There's a lot of celebrity bros don't come because of that. When people walk up to you and ask you for a picture and don't say, hi, how are you today? It's disrespectful. And I don't like it. Now, I'm not telling you how to be. Be how you want to be. That's fine. But when what you do affect me in my space, it's a conversation. Because I feel like if you're going to ask someone for something, you should at least acknowledge them, right? Yeah. If I walk up and ask you for a piece of ass.
I'm sorry. I'm Rashan and your name is?
Thank you.
Right.
That part right there. Now people get mad at you because I correct on the spot, but what you did. So I didn't walk in the room looking to be spoke to. Can I get? No sentence in interacting with another human being starts with can I get? Even if you homeless. How are you?
Right.
Could you give me something to eat? Sure, because you said, how are you? I don't care what society say. I don't care how they get down. I don't like it.
Right.
And I'm sticking to my principle. And I'm not going to change to conform to that bull crap. You walk up to somebody. If I go to Walmart and I want to know what aisle of bread, how are you today? How's your day? Can you tell me what aisle I can find the wheat bread?
I always do that. I
always ask people how they doing.
How they do.
Speak to people first, because I'm not a thing.
Oh!
I'm a person.
Oh! Literally, I was just leaving Publix yesterday, and I was like, thank you, Miss Sabrina, because she packed my groceries. And Miss Claudette actually, she rang me up. But when you say their name, it is something about that.
Absolutely.
Their name is on their tag for a reason.
I read it.
Because they got families, they got bills to pay, they got feelings.
You know who I love?
Who?
The little old ladies that work backstage that be doing security, sitting outside of the door of your dressing room. Mm-hmm. I say, hey, you got grandkids. I know. Because God give me that spirit of discernment. I know they trying to make extra money where they can buy stuff for their grandkids. I can see it in their face because I know what a grandmother looked like.
Yes.
Because I had grandmother. I said, y'all get together. Y'all come in my dressing room after the show. Come in there. Pack up all that food, all that stuff I got on my rider, all that food, all of those snacks, the M&M's, everything, all that food. I said, hey, pack all this stuff up. Come get all this stuff. They be so happy. They be so excited. I say, do y'all straight? Do y'all need anything? I'm giving out money. Say, hey, here's
listen.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for everything. Because I was able to leave my backpack backstage and go on stage and perform without.
Because they took care of it.
Because she ain't finna let nobody come in that dressing room. The ones with the scrunch, with the
what they got on it?
The French roll with the pins in it.
The pins.
The pins in it, and they
you
got
can actually see them in the back.
Some scrunches.
The scrunches.
She ain't let nobody go in that damn dress. I said, you don't play by this dress when she be looking at you over the top of her glasses. Uh-huh. You know damn well ain't nobody going there. She'll put her life on the line for your backpack.
Yes.
For your backpack.
Rickey, you've done movies. You've done. I mean, I hear you every time. I actually listen to your show.
I'm going to shout you out.
Thank you.
We got to get you on the show.
I would love that.
Call me and say, that's done.
Oh, I mean, she was a producer on my last show. So,
just call me.
Yeah, it's all good.
I'll text
Whenever
me,
I need to find you, I'm like, hey, what Rickey new number is? And she give it to me because she know that it's all good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I listen to your show. I love Black Tony. Me and my daughter listen to Black Tony at 7:50 every day.
He was preaching this morning. He had the Holy Ghost this morning.
Today because I had to come
last week he was singing I Won't Complain. He got down.
I heard him. I said, oh my God. Like Darius too. The other dude that come to fill in.
Yeah.
He ain't bad. Buddy ain't bad. I said he got a little punchline. He a little long-winded, but I like him. I like him a lot. And of course, I mean, I love the features because I'm a radio girl. Right. So then I punch. I like different features on different shows. But definitely, you are definitely in my top
Thank you, Rashan.
I appreciate that.
And it took a while to grow into that.
Oh, I already know. I know how it goes.
Being a comedian, now I've become a radio head.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you can sit back and let somebody else get the punchline.
Oh yeah, because what I do, you're right.
Exactly.
I instigate.
Yeah.
I stir the pot up. That's what I'm good at.
What'd he say?
And it say what now?
Uh-huh.
Boom, boom. He said again.
I know.
Boom.
Because if you do that because I was a host,
right.
If you, hey, let me punch them up. They get together, wow, and you can go to the stop set. You go to the stop set because you already know you got the punchline. Teaching them how to do it.
Teaching them how not to okay, boom, boom, boom. Like go to commercial.
There you
boom,
go.
And leave the audience wanting more.
Because you still the star of the show.
Yeah.
You become even more of a star when you let your people win. Oh,
I'm so secure.
So secure.
Not threatened. Not threatened by nothing and nobody.
Why not?
We'll go on stage and follow anybody. I don't care if they get a stand-up. You know the scariest show I ever did in my whole career?
What?
Remember when the Martin tour came to Atlanta?
Yes.
That was a scary show because Donnell Rollins went on stage before me and lit a bomb. That was when COVID first came out. And he had that whole hand sanitizer and he was pumping that stuff out on stage. And the audience, they were laughing. And when he said, thank you, good night, he got a standing ovation at the Phillips Arena. It's not the Phillips anyway.
It's State Farm now.
State Farm.
Yeah.
And I was next.
Ooh.
And Martin wasn't finna do no whole lot of time behind that. I knew he was finna bring me right up next. And the stage was slippery because he had all that stuff on there.
All the sanitizer.
So that was a distraction. And then the first 5 rows was celebrities and bloggers.
They want you.
And I came out there, focused, I locked in, standing ovation. Then I went back to my dressing room and sat on the toilet and threw up at the same time. It was that much pressure.
Yeah.
I was sitting on the toilet.
And throwing up. Thank you for the graphic. It's very precise.
Yeah.
Listen, so when people, I always talk to my comedian friends, especially like one of my best friends is Rob Minger. He's an up and coming comedian, doing his thing. Kappa has been to Stardome. He's doing his thing. And we have talked about like where you come in the lineup. Mm. If you funny, does it matter where you are in the lineup?
Yeah, it matters because the show's supposed to build. You don't ever want to put a high energy act behind. You don't want to put DC Young Fly in front of Dave Chappelle. Okay. Because his energy is so high and he does music in his act and the audience go from here
to having to think.
A cool laid back or whatever, and it would make it appear as
that DC
that this guy is not funny because you have high energy acts. So like even on tour, like I'm on tour right now with D-Ray, Just Hilarious, B. Simone.
I love them.
I forgot the other guy's name or whatever.
We'll cut that out because I think you should know the person's name on the tour.
No, I can't remember because I never worked with them before.
Okay,
but they on Wild and Out because I don't be watching.
It's fine.
You know what I'm saying? I be forgetting. I'll know it if I just.
Is it Chico Bean?
Not what Chico Bean is. That's like my little nephew / mentor.
I love him.
But it's certain energy that it should just be a certain order, like a pastor. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like you just got to put. A show's supposed to build.
Got you.
And then the grand finale, doors of the church is open. Thank you. Good night. You know what I mean?
Right.
It just can't be all of this up front and then the show goes down right here. Then the audience get bored. When this guy's actually good, if you would have put him first.
Got you. So it does matter.
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's 33 years. And I've seen shows. I'll give you an example. Remember the Kings of Comedy?
Yes.
Steve used to go last. But that damn Bernie Mac, right? So Steve was like, somebody came up with the idea, let Steve Harvey host. And then it just flowed better after that. Because the point is to make sure that everybody have a good set.
Right.
Make sure that nobody bombs. Right. But you can bomb on just based off of the merits of what's in front of you. Because if I'm a Christian comic and Marvin Dixon go on stage in front of me and do a whole strip tease. Remember Marvin Dixon?
Yes.
Used to strip down to his underwear. And then here I come talking about, how many of y'all went to church with your grandmama? Make some noise if you love the Lord. I should have went first.
Right.
Because he just did Doo-Doo Brown.
Right.
And here
Didn't work out.
Coming on stage to Shirley Caesar.
Right.
This joy I had, the world didn't give it to me. They're looking at me like, man, what are you doing?
No, not today, sir.
Right.
Not today.
Yeah.
Do you still, radio, movies, stand up, and I hear every day. I mean, I feel like you're promoting a show that you're going to do the following weekend.
Right.
Is comedy still your first love? Stand up is still your first love?
I love stand up.
Okay.
I wouldn't trade stand up. Ain't nothing like being on stage in front of that live audience. You know, because this all the stuff you can't do on the radio.
Exactly. You got to be clean on the radio.
You can't lay on the edge of you can't do nothing physical. And I'm a physical comic. I move around.
I know.
You know, I was at the Cobb. I jumped off in the audience.
You got your piano. You got all the things. All your
stuff.
like everything.
Bells, roller skating, laying over there on the couch, you know, just doing all kind of crazy stuff on stage. But you can't do that on the radio. Radio is real.
Oh, I know.
Bring it all in. Structure.
And you got 2 minutes.
Right. Exactly.
2 minutes.
2.5 minutes. If it's real funny, we'll let you go 2.5.
Right.
But yeah, stand up is always great. Now I don't perform in the summer anymore.
You take the summer off because I tried to book you for something.
I take the whole summer off because guess what happens?
That's your boundaries.
Yeah, you have to set them for yourself.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking on Facebook. It's the middle of July. Everybody at the beach. Mm-hmm. Everybody at the Q convention. Everybody out having a good time. You sitting in Atlanta Jackson Hartsfield Airport. Waiting on another plane to fly to Oklahoma City or Tulsa, Oklahoma to do a show, only to go to a hotel and back 5 o'clock in the morning flying back there. If you die, you got to go through Atlanta Airport to go to heaven.
Oh my God. These are facts, actually.
That's a fact. I know my people that's dead, they had to go through Atlanta Airport to change flights, right, to get to heaven.
Jesus.
Fly back to so you making all this money. You've been doing comedy. You making money all these years, right? Right. Where's the joy?
Yeah.
You making all this money. You got all this money. You was the host of Comic View in 2000, host of Comic View in 2004. All the movies, all the TV shows, booked every weekend. Where's the joy? Right. What you get? You get the money. You go to. What do you do to enjoy yourself? So I took off from the second week of May to the third week of August. I don't do no comedy shows.
What do you do?
I'm a boat captain. I drive to the Bahamas every weekend. I get on the boat. I don't care if the weather bad. I will sail across that ocean to Bimini, Bahamas, and leave Bimini and go to Nassau or whatever. You know, like I fly planes as well. Do everything. So I'm living life. Grandkids. So waking up on a Saturday morning and the grandkids jumping in the bed talking about they want some cereal. You know what I'm saying?
Cereal.
We got the Lucky Charms. So you go on Amazon, you can order the extra marshmallows. They sell the marshmallows. So you can give your grandson a bowl of Lucky Charms. You can take your hand and put the extra marshmallows. They don't give you enough. They don't give them enough. Let them have a sugar attack seizure if they want or whatever. But you got your grandkids or whatever. You can go on a date. You can say, hey, babe, I'm open this weekend. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Chick, if you hollering at somebody, hey, let's go sit on the beach. I'm talking about sitting on the beach the whole day. Wake up and go eat breakfast and sit on Fort Lauderdale Beach all day on a beach bed and listen to Steely Dan, the Eagles, Fleetwood Mac, Jerry Rafferty.
All of it.
What? All of it.
That's life.
Yeah. No comedy shows.
I love it.
And then by the time when August comes, you ready to perform. You done wrote so many jokes. Most country singers wrote their hits on their boats. So when I'm sitting on a boat and watching the sun go down, listening to Frankie Beverly, Golden Time of Day, I done wrote a whole page of material. I'm thinking about this. I should do that on stage. Write it down.
Because your mind is free.
Your mind is free.
You're not. You
have to create space for. Guess what LeBron do before he shoot the ball?
What?
He take a step back to what? Create space. If you don't create space for yourself, you won't be able to shoot the ball. You'll get your shot.
Write that down.
blocked.
Everybody write that down. All my young babies out there, write that down. They did.
Space. You know, learn how to say no. I'm good, thank you.
Oh, I did it yesterday.
Yeah, you have to.
I did.
Yeah.
Somebody wanted me to do something during my homecoming. It was going to be a nice check. But I looked at like what my homecoming was for me.
All money ain't good money, Rashan.
And I said, tell them, thank you for thinking of me. But I will pass because I know what I want to do.
Right.
When I go to FAMU's homecoming.
Right.
And how I want to spend that
and
homecoming.
we only get to live once, Rashan.
One.
We only get to live. We only get one shot at this whole thing called life, and enjoy yourself. Yeah. Go out and be free and love. And I'm talking about, Rashan, wake up. It is worth $1 million to wake up and walk across the street and walk up and down the beach with no shirt on and some swimming trunks and some earbuds and walk miles and miles down the damn beach. And miles to come back only to go and get you a damn slice of pizza from the little pizza places that be on the beach. And go sit with your feet in the water or drive to the Bahamas and get in a cage and swim with some 600-pound bull sharks like I like to do. And when they go by the cage, you stick your hand out and touch them. Right. Didn't even know that sharks felt like sandpaper. Wow. Didn't even know that. They look smooth.
But they sandpaper.
Yeah. And just all of the stuff that you get to do. I'm just now enjoying life. I'm doing this for 6 years now.
My therapist always says, Rashan, you get to live this life. Right. You get to have a podcast. You get to be on a show. You get to act. You get to do all of these things. Mm-hmm. When do you reach that point? What is the thing that makes you ultimately happy? Obviously, I think you just talked about it, but like when all of this is said and done and people look back on what Rickey Smiley did, what does your dash say about you?
Just live life to the fullest. I enjoy karaoke. Now, do you know all of my friends in their 70s?
I got such an old soul.
I got old ladies that come over there. If they can't drive, I'll send somebody to get them. I cook all this food, and they sit around and gossip about who pastors getting a divorce and all of that messy old folks mess that be funny that my grandma used to laugh. I hang out with Miss Janie. I hang out with Chris. Chris got 31 years old. He disabled, kind of Down syndrome, but he's my co-host for karaoke. Wow. If you ever seen Big Chris.
Yeah.
You know, and just being with him, taking him out on the boat. Miss Janie was my grandma's friend. So she was with me when I buried all my grandparents, and she 85 and still living. We have a great time together, just being around old folks, riding in the car, in Wendy's drive-through, arguing about the order wrong and just keeping up mess and confusion between old people and all that drama and stuff.
That.
I love it. And karaoke. You know what I'm saying? You don't really make no money, but you have such a good time. The people have such a good time. And just coming over doing stuff like this.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine being so busy. If I was so busy and booked myself every weekend, I wouldn't even come do something like.
And I'm so grateful.
Like we
are grateful.
You know what I'm saying? Like I love going supporting other people's podcasts or Chico Bean, go sit backstage and watch them work. I'm real proud of the young comedians. Yes. The young comedians that blew up on the internet but didn't know how to perform.
Yeah.
Like
I had to learn how to perform.
When I tell you, I get B. Simone and say, hey.
She's so pretty.
Do this right here. You can't do that. You had them right here. Boom, boom, boom. Like I'd be backstage. Coach, they'd be like, yeah. All of them. DC, Young Fly, Chico, all of them call me OG.
Because a lot of OGs that'll sit back and be like, you bombed, didn't you?
Yeah.
But and won't give no notes.
Rashan, I be on the side of the stage screaming at B. Simone. Say, yeah. I said, and when she come on stage, she be like, I love you so much. I said, I love you too. I said, you did it. Because we did Columbus, and she had a moment that she could have just rode a wave.
Right.
And she didn't because she didn't know to. So I got in that dressing room and got in her face and said, look. I said, you did this. I said, you had them when everybody, when they had their phones out, I said, we got to make this adjustment. So when we get to Detroit tomorrow, she got to B. Simone was listening. She was taking it in. It was just me and her in the dressing room.
Yeah.
We got to Detroit.
Killed it.
And when that opportunity came,
killed it.
She totally killed it. Her, just hilarious. All the comedians, man. It was like, man, we used to be up sneaking watching you on Comic View. We weren't even supposed to be watching TV. We can't even believe we on stage. Nick Cannon calls me. OG, can you come do Wild and Out? I said, man, I'm scared. I don't know how to do Wild and Out. He said, oh, man, it's easy. I came. And then the way he introduced me, maybe crying on cry. The way Nick Cannon introduced me and what he said about me.
Right.
Nick Cannon is a star.
Whole star.
A whole star.
With a whole lot of babies.
Right.
Yeah.
When he say, hey, this my big bro. This is an OG, somebody that I watched coming up that was nice to me.
Yes.
When I came to Atlanta. And I don't even remember meeting Nick Cannon at the Laugh-A-Palooza.
Yeah.
He said, you were so nice to me, man, and encouraged me. And the way he brought me on stage in front of his audience, man, I cried all the way to Birmingham. I left and drove home that night. And I had tears in my eyes, like people have enough love and respect. Because I've been nothing but nice.
Listen.
You know.
I do the same thing. Like, I think what you do in this life, if you don't help somebody else, right, then what are you here for?
Rashan, it ain't about you.
It's not.
Once we understand that it's not about you, man, I'm telling you, man, God give you this stuff because he's trying to see if he can trust you.
Listen, I made a promise to God. I was Left Eye's personal assistant in my 20s. I was in Walmart off of just way out in Lithonia. And I don't even know why it came on me at that moment. I said, God, I promise that when you give me the platform, I will be responsible. I will do whatever it is that you intended for everybody that you've given the platform to do with it. And when I tell you, I do that for people.
Come on now.
Because I understand that God giveth and God taketh away.
Absolutely.
I don't want none of this taken away.
And he chose you because he could have gave it to somebody else. Rashan, I got a whole girls' school in Kenya.
Really?
I got a whole video with all of them saying, thank you, Rickey Smiley. Got him 2 pairs of shoes. Pastor Walter Solomon, who's a member of Kappa Alpha Psi, Pastor Walter Solomon, he's been going over to Kenya every year. And I work my butt off to make sure that he's able to have resources. So we got these girls' desks. We got them, these girls been being married off and treated like a sex trade. So they getting the girls and putting them in school.
Right.
So we were able to get them shoes. We were able to get the school running water. My name is on the cornerstone of a girls' school in Kenya.
Wow.
And just to be able to be a part of something like that, when people sending videos with 600 girls saying, thank you, Rickey Smiley.
Wow.
And stuff like that. That's what life is all about. My name will forever be on a water tank and a girls' school in Kenya. If I don't do nothing else.
You good.
If I don't do nothing else, I just thank God for giving me the platform. If I can help somebody, then my living
is not in
won't
vain.
be in vain.
Come on.
That's it.
And that's how we're going to close it out here. I do, before we leave.
No benediction?
No, that wasn't a benediction. In 1993, you became a member of Omega Psi Phi. Did Omega Psi Phi choose you, or did you choose Omega Psi Phi?
No, I chose Omega Psi Phi.
Yeah, you love the bros. Let me tell you something. Ooh. You represent the bros to the fullest.
It is not one Q that'll run me away from this organization.
Right.
I love it that much. Not one. You know what I'm saying? In every organization, you're gonna get some heat and some pushback and disrespect and all that stuff. Man, listen, I surround myself with the good bros.
The good bros, the cool
every
bros.
Every friend ain't a bro and every bro ain't a friend.
Listen.
Just because you know the same thing that I know, that don't mean I got to talk to you. I walk right past you. We good. Because we both love the Lord, but all Christians ain't good Christians. Mm-hmm. And all people in the streets ain't bad. Simple as that.
Yes.
So you pick the bros that you love, y'all have the same ideals, and you do everything you can to uplift the name of Omega. And I love my organization, Omega Psi Phi, till the day I die.
Give it to him.
I mean it too.
The legend.
Now, let me take my shirt off and show you this brand.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay, can I ask you a question before I know we gotta go?
Yes, we gotta go.
Why won't you get your butt on stage and do stand-up? You are hilarious.
Let me tell you one thing.
Okay.
So, we were on before you took my job. I gotta say it. So the 18 Morning Show, we were the local show before you guys came in.
Right.
And, did the whole syndicated thing.
Oh, they put us on.
They did. They did. And they were like, hey guys, we're replacing you with Rickey Smiley. I was like, oh my God, I lost my job. Anyway, so the morning show, we did an anniversary. So Craig Griff was on my show. He was my co-host. So everybody on the show had to do stand-up. So during the week, we had one day where we did the comedy show. One day we did something else.
How did you do?
Standing ovation. Ask Gary.
Okay, so why?
Because let me tell you why. I want to leave out on top. I don't want to have a bad day.
Okay, Rashan, you gonna
I don't want to bomb. I don't like to do anything bad.
You're not gonna do bad, Rashan. I'm a comedian.
Yes.
I'm telling you that you're funny.
Thank you.
And you have what it takes to be on stage.
Thank you.
And you probably have a good 30 minutes in you.
I definitely do.
Rashan, why don't you come and do a couple of shows with me? I would pay you. I would put you on stage.
Oh, that is so
Why don't you bring your whole fam crew and you go out there and do stand-up and let's go over your material. I would love, I do Rickey Smiley and Friends.
I know you do.
You know what I'm saying?
I listen to the show.
Listen, I would love, you pick the date in the city.
We'll talk about it, Ricky.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm saying.
I do so good at the podcasting and acting thing. I don't know about the comedy thing.
You can do stand-up too, Rashan.
I really could.
I can do all things. I can do all things through Christ
who strengthens me. Well,
Let's go.
Let's go.
You want to,
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, you one of the funniest people in the country. You're funny. Let's
Thank
go.
you.
You quick. You got quick wit.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. You kind of remind you. Let me see who you remind me of. You just got really, really quick. You're a killer all white audience.
Oh, that would be great.
Your sarcasm and your quick wit. You're funny as hell.
Now,
I can help you.
This is a legend saying that, so maybe I should think about this.
I
guys.
don't tell everybody that.
Oh, I know you don't.
Yeah.
You don't give out that stuff free.
Yeah. You and as a matter of fact, you and Just Hilarious got the same kind of energy.
Yeah. People have told us that.
Sitting
She
in the room with Just Hilarious and doing stuff with her, you remind me of that type of wit.
Yeah.
You got it. All you got to do is just put something together and go on say, you ain't got to get a standing ovation. I don't get a standing ovation all the time. I just want the laugh. Thank you. Good night. They appreciate it. Everybody ain't got to get a standing ovation. Standing ovations are hard to get.
No,
they don't give them up like they did in the 90s.
Right.
Okay?
Right. You got to fight for them.
So take the applause and say thank you, good night, and get off stage and go and get that other check. Those checks are still big.
Ooh.
They are.
Love it.
They're huge.
Really?
Huge.
That's why we be like, hey, y'all check me out for such and such this weekend.
Huge for 2 hours. Huge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ricky, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. When I hit you up, you said yes. Hit my people. Hit them up.
Somebody gonna say no to somebody that's fine.
Well, I mean, I've had a lot of people that said no.
You come up in the conversation every week.
Aww.
You and our top 3 crush. Celebrity crush.
Yes. Come on, Special K. Oh, hey, I know your wife. Hello, how you guys doing? Everything's fine. We've done a movie together. It's fine. That's my big brother.
Special K and I, we are your biggest fans.
Oh, well, thank you, Ricky. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for being a part of the Cool Soror show, podcast, whatever you want to call it. And you're cool, bro. I got a gift for you after the show. Okay. I am so grateful for this opportunity to speak with you. It's one of my favorite interviews ever. Yes.
And whenever you want me to come back, I'm willing to come back.
I love it. Can we give it up for the one and only Rickey Smiley? Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.